Hey there, toy collector friends and Batman fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector, and today we are looking at another entry into the Batman Automobilia collection, and this time it is another from the Roues Gallery villainous vehicles element of this collection, and it is from the classic TV series, the 1960s classic TV series starring Adam West. It is the Catmobile. And again, it's another one of those, you know, way out concepts that you just have to laugh at, and at the same time go, wow, they actually made this, and this actually was featured in the TV series, and it's just bonkers. And it reminds me, it's another one. I was looking at something a little while back, and I said it reminds me of the Pink Panther mobile from the animated series of the Pink Panther. This has the same vibe for me. This absolutely gives off the same vibe as the Pink Panther mobile, except it's a really odd, nasty kind of green. Well, you can see it's a really nasty kind of green colour. It almost looks, I don't know what it looks like, but it's not. Folks, this is not my favourite colour. I don't know what colour you'd call this, but what you wouldn't call it is my favourite colour. So as you can see, it is there's quite a lot going on here. So I'm looking forward to getting the lid off and actually getting to grips with this particular it looks like that. Now it's a pigmobile. I mean, what is this? But yeah, there is a lot going on in here. So I've pre-loosened the thing, so it's going to be easy to get it off. Hopefully, we do have a diorama cattail lane. I think it must be a lair. The Catwoman's lair, perhaps. But yeah, because it's quite a hefty size, I think we'll just go straight to getting it out of the case. Let's hope the case, yeah, this side, it's restuck itself, which is fascinating. Oh, and we've got floatable hairs flopping about. That's nice. So let's take a quick look at the lenticular backdrop. It is very limited. We can see a side street on the right hand side, and there, with the lenticularity of it all, you can see a slightly different angle is available for that corner, which is great. The rest of it pretty much stays as is. There is a shadow cast by the awning over the front of the very creepy window. See, I didn't notice the clown there in the first instance. It's quite a creepy window. I'm not a fan of the window, and I'm not a fan of the colour of this damn car. Anyway, we're not here to talk about whether I like the colours of the car or not. Well, I suppose we are, to an extent. Yeah, it's kind of the point, isn't it? Well, newsflash, I don't. We'll look at the base first. There's not really much going on. It's just a sort of road tarmac that you'd expect to see. Is that a detail? We've got a detail there now. I think we've just got a little bit of paint wibble wobble. But yeah, so it's got this. It is got the usual sort of logo along the front, and it has been bolted in for stability and security, which is what we like to see. I think we'll start as usual on the side and go along, so we can see. I'll do it slightly from a diagonal angle, because we can see that the front has. I'm not sure that they actually serve a function. I suppose they're supposed to be the headlights, but they literally are eyes. Cat's eyes at the front there. As we go into the first wheel arch, it's a furry cat ear, and it is actually furry. They have covered it with a degree of fur. We've got a nice chrome wheel trim there as we go into the body of the chassis of the car. It's quite lengthy. At one point I thought it only had one wheel at the back, but it does have two. They're just very well inset into the design. We can see the door is pulled out there in the moulding, and we do have some translucent green metallic paint along the bottom there. At first I thought it was plastic, but I think it's just a different shade of the green paint with what appears to be a vent at the side, which may be plot related, or it may just be a vent, like an exhaust vent, because there doesn't appear to be any exhaust at the back. We also have the petrol cap here for the Catmobile, and a transparent plastic cockpit, for want of a better phrase. You can see quite clearly, we'll do it while we're here, the driver's area there, which has a steering wheel and some dials on the dashboard. The rest of it, there's a glove compartment you can see there as well. The rest of it is pretty standard, not much happening. Two seats, present. I think actually there might be seats in the back, or it just might be a space. It's very hard to tell, even not looking through the camera. I think it's just to avoid space, to be perfectly honest with you. And yeah, or we might see more through the back window. So yes, as mentioned, those rear tyres are the rear wheels are slightly. Then they look slightly inlaid to the front ones, but that might be an optical illusion. And actually, if you look at this side, it looks almost like a cat boat than a Catmobile. We do have this massive felt tail that comes out of the rear. That's terribly impractical if you're being chased under a bridge, isn't it? That's not going to work. That's not going to work at all. So let's follow it round. The rear has got some, what I think is lighting details, but they're not pulled out in any paintwork. It's got a bit of a lazy rear, to be honest. And then this side pretty much replicates the other side, just without the petrol cap. And we have that sort of slightly unpleasant green being quite consistent. I don't think we can see anything through that back window. You know, it's not really anything to write home about. It continues down. We have again the same with the ears here covering the front wheel. So the front wheel arches, both front wheel arches are essentially cat's ears, and both of the headlights are, of course, cat's eyes. Then we get to the front of the vehicle, and we have this. we have this look. Now, this is obviously supposedly a cat appearance, but there's just something about the nose and the tongue that makes me see a pig. And I know that we've got whiskers. If you can see those, we've actually got whiskers. They are soft for the purposes of this, but I wouldn't want them running into me as a pedestrian. I think I would be skewered, so that might be a built-in weapon for the vehicle. But yeah, that tongue is just too much, and that nose just says pig. But you can sort of see the sort of cat face design there. We go along the bonnet. There is presumably sort of the hood element, so we can get under that to get to the engine. Aerial view of the cockpit, so you can see those dials again. There's a glove compartment, but not much else to write home about available there. You've got those wings, and then we reach, of course, that cattail. Just to see if that was stained, but no, it is actually the coloration. So that is sort of, if you like, a bit of a 360 on the Catmobile. It's very of its time. I would have to say this is a wonderful example of something that is very of its time. You know, it screams 1960s. Let's be real. It screams 1960s. Slightly kitsch, slightly camp, slightly kitsch, slightly camp, televisual fodder. But it's fun. I mean, I hate the colour. I don't know what it is about the colour, but I really hate it. But I'm not big on green anyway, but I quite like that. I like this green. I almost, if the colours were swapped, I'd probably be happier. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea as a colour scheme, but the design is fun. I mean, is it Catwoman? I don't know, because the green doesn't really make sense to me. If it was Catwoman, I would have been thinking more black, and I mean, I suppose if it was black, it would look too Batman-like. But it could have been. I'm thinking of how she appeared. You know, how she dressed, and this doesn't really duplicate that look. There's no sort of cohesive look between Catwoman's costume, which is usually sort of quite a slinky black number, and this. I mean, how does this does not read as slinky black seductress car, does it? What does it look like? It's not that. It just isn't that. So yeah, for me, this is not a highlight of the collection. It's a fun inclusion. I'm of course glad that it's in there because A, I'm a completist, but B, I do like to see the highs and the lows of these things. And it was probably really well received in the 60s because, as I say, it is a thing of its time, and I can live with that. I can get behind that. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm just saying, I don't know that if today we were reimagining a Catmobile, it would look like this. You know, I think it would incorporate more of the Catwoman identity. I think that's my view. Again, I'm happy for people to have a different view. It's what makes the world go round. So if you think this is an iconic representation of Catwoman's favourite mode of transport, then please let me know in the comments down below that that's what you think. Similarly, whilst you're faffing about with the comments, or just considering telling me that I'm way too in my head about this colour, which is fine. I think I have maybe I've got some sort of childhood trauma associated with it. Does it remind me of something else? I don't know if it does, what it is, but yeah, whatever it is, it's deep rooted because I'm looking at it and I hate it passionately. But yeah, if you could drop a like for the video, that would be amazing. And equally, if you could subscribe to the channel, if you don't already, that would also be amazing because I'm very, very keen to get to my next subscriber milestone. I'm perilously close to getting to it. So your subscription, which is completely free, obviously, would mean the world to me. And if you do subscribe, if you're a new subscriber, let me know in the comments and I will come and thank you personally because, you know, I'm doing this because of yourselves, for yourselves, and in some cases with yourselves. So it's great that I know I've got yourselves on board and joining me for the ride. I will be back in the future for some more Batman Automobilia, and I think we'll take a break now from the Roues Gallery. There's still more, but we'll take a break for now and we'll come back with more Bat-focused vehicles and Robin-focused and Batgirl-focused vehicles moving forwards for the next few videos at least, before I pepper it in with some more of the Roues Gallery. But I am conscious I'd been threatening you with some Roues Gallery stuff for a little while, so I thought let's get some done. Let's get some done, and now we have, so we can all breathe, be thankful, and move on. Thank you so much for being part of this dynamic duo, you and I, as you watch this, looking at the Catmobile from the classic TV series of Batman from back in the day. I've been the Triple TC, that is the time-travelling toy collector, and it just remains for me to say that things of beauty really are toys forever. You take care, bye-bye for now.